Hello, this is halllopri, and welcome back to another episode of the Grind to the Object 277 in World of Tanks. In today's episode, we're going to be looking at our stock tanks, and I know that my last video was about stock tanks, but I didn't talk as much about them in general, only really what was happening in the game. So, this isn't a great game, but, like, as I've said, it was played in a stock tank, so, I mean, what can you expect, really? And it wasn't an above average game, it wasn't anything special. It was just me trying to make the most of the games that I'm playing in my stock tank and to try and get as much XP as I can. And, like I've said, this isn't a great replay, but with premium, with my 2 times XP today, with my manageable XP bonuses, I can get through this grind relatively quickly. Sorry, don't mind my inability to speak there. But yeah, so the T10 stock, what's it like? Well, it's got a decent gun, 390 alpha, and around 1850 DPM, which is, it's pretty good. And with 225 millimeters of penetration, it's certainly not the end of the world. And, took a big shot from that UDES. Don't know what I was thinking there. But I hold this position for a while, and not a whole lot happens, but you'll have to find out more about that later. So yeah, the T10 stock, it's got a decent health pool at 1700. And it's not the greatest, but it's not terrible considering, you know, you've got your other tanks, like that VK maxed out at 1950. And only 250 below, and your completely stocked tank isn't that awful. And with a tank like this with really nice alpha and decent armor, as you saw there, completely blocking a HE round from that EBR-75 FL10. Yeah, this tank, it does the job, and that was a pretty bad shot there into that rock. And yeah, it's got relatively decent mobility. It hasn't got the greatest acceleration, but when you get to that top speed, it is really nice. At, I think, a top speed of 50 k's an hour. And yeah, so right now I'm just sort of sitting behind this rock and putting pressure on the other team because, well, I'm not going to be having a huge impact on the game in my stock tier 9 tank. And even though I'm in a nice matchup here with no artillery, I'm still not going to do much. But I take down that EBR-75 and keep trying to put damage into the enemies. Do some critical damage, not doing any real damage to that IS-6, then taking a huge shot from that WT Panzerfahr. Sorry, keep forgetting how to speak. But yeah, taking like more than half of my hit points have just been shaved off by the other team. So I sort of realized, well, I'm not going to be doing very much here, like, there's not a whole lot, not a big impact I'm going to have. So I push around, I decide to flank around and regroup with my IS-3, STA-2, Lerva, T-54, all of those great tanks. We lose a couple of tanks, sort of in quick succession. No, those were the first 2 tanks taken down on our team by the other team, which is a bit of a shame. Would have been nice to get a bit of a flawless victory there, but oh well, it happens sometimes. But yeah, so we've got our STA-1 doing some good damage, got the T-54, and our team here doing some good work. We lose another teammate though, and I'm thinking, well, if they're just sitting here, not much is going to happen. So I was thinking, as soon as this T-54 Model 1 is taken out of the game, sent back to the garage, we're going to be able to push around and put a lot of pressure onto these heavies. Now that T-54 Model 1 gets taken down, I'm a little bit cautious here, but I push around, wait to get a good shot into that Carnarvon, and I'm not going to be penning his turret, not with the stock gun, maybe not even with the top gun, but take him out, and then while I'm reloading, sit, wait, make sure that UDES doesn't have a line of sight on me, and then can't find a spot where I can pen the VK, so I push out in front of him thinking he's just fired, he's not going to be doing any damage to me. And I go around beside him, and he puts a shot into my side, and I didn't even get the kill. And that's one really important thing in the game as well, is learning what the other tanks are like, and this IS-2 right out in the open, easy kill. But yeah, you really got to learn what the tanks are like that you're playing against, so that you know that when they fire, you can sort of go, okay, well, he's shot, he's got a long reload, or on the other hand, he's shot, but that doesn't make much of a difference because he's got a really quick reload. And that sort of thing. Shut down that WTF Panzerfahr that was hurting me earlier, and that team takes out the ISU-152. 1,295 damage in the T10. It's not amazing, but it's certainly not terrible. So, I was relatively happy with that. Yeah, that was satisfying enough for me. So, in my stock tank, I'm not going to be expecting to be doing like 5, 6, 7,000 damage battles, not even 10,000. I've never even got that far before. But yeah, stock games like this, I don't know, getting 4 kills was good. The damage wasn't great, but overall, it was a fairly decent game. Well, I wouldn't really call it decent, but like I said, taking everything into consideration, taking my situation into consideration, it wasn't awful. But yeah, this has been halllopri. Thanks for watching. Consider liking and subscribing because that really helps support the channel. But yeah, see yous.